Back here in HQ, where it's a new era in Blacksburg, Virginia Tech has made it official with announcing former Penn State head coach James Franklin as their new leader. Franklin will replace Brent Pry, who was dismissed in September during his fourth season with the Hokies. Franklin and his hiring was one of the biggest dominoes of the coaching carousel to fall this week. There are still 8 remaining head coaching vacancies, though, across college football among the Power 4 conferences. One of the top candidates still remains Ole Miss Rebels Lane Kiffin, though. And Ole Miss is reportedly putting their foot down, handing Kiffin, its coach since 2020, an ultimatum, wanting him to decide on his future with the Rebels by November 28th, the Egg Bowl game. Now, Kiffin has since responded to that on the Pat McAfee show, saying this, quote, "That's absolutely not true. There has been no ultimatum. I don't know where that came from. We are having a blast. Our fans prayed for this, and now we are in the middle of it. So enjoy it." For much more on all of this drama, let's go ahead and say hello to our own John Talty. John, great to see you. What context can you give us on this ultimatum?
Well, I think that Lane is being honest in one sense, that no one has told me or used the word ultimatum in particular. I know that there have been reports out there. I have not been told ultimatum, but I have heard that they would like clarity, that they would like to have a sense of what he is going to do. So I think there's kind of a semantics there and how Lane answered that question and how some of the reporting has been. But I certainly know that there is interest from Ole Miss's standpoint to know what Lane is going to do. And they would certainly like to know that answer before the college football playoff. And I can tell you, I've had multiple sources over the last few weeks who have told me that if they don't feel like Lane is staying there long term, they will not let him coach in the playoff game. Now, saying that and actually not letting him coach in the playoff game can be different things, but that's been the sentiment behind the scene for weeks now. And so there's definitely pressure building on Lane to make a decision, whether that's stay at Ole Miss or potentially go to LSU or Florida.
And I think that's fair to ask for some clarity, but maybe the word ultimatum was not used. We'll see how this all kind of plays out. Elsewhere, I do want to ask you, one prominent college football analyst has given us some food for thought, if you will, regarding Texas's Steve Sarkisian's future with the Longhorns. Take a listen to Desmond Howard.
You guys were shocked when LSU opened up. Imagine how you're going to feel if that job in Austin pops open. I'm not calling or saying anyone's going to get fired. Maybe a mutual parting of ways. You dig?
All right, so a mutual parting of ways, question mark. Is this something, John, we should give energy to? Is there a world next season where Steve Sarkisian is not the head coach at Texas?
Unfortunately for Desmond, I don't think I dig on this one. I do think that there is a possible world in which he is not the head coach. I know that there was reporting previously, including some from myself, about there is some interest on Steve Sarkisian's standpoint about the NFL potentially. But everything I've gotten to this point, and again, I primarily cover college sports, but you talk to different people, and it does not seem like there is a lot of interest from the NFL side of things for Steve Sarkisian right now. So I think, if you were making a bet, the safe bet is still that Steve Sarkisian will be Texas's head coach next year. If they were to move on from him, it'd be a more than $60 million buyout. That's a lot of money, even in the crazy college sports world that we live in. So I think the expectation is still that he will be back. But certainly there have been rumblings this season, and I had someone put it to me beginning of the season, like, if things don't go well this year, don't be shocked if he looked for an exit ramp. But I just don't feel like that is a likely in this moment, where he's got to find a place for him to go. And I don't really know where that would be right now. Certainly, I don't think there's anything in college right now that's a better job than Texas for Steve Sarkisian.
Yeah, and I think the key phrase there is in this moment. So we'll see what happens maybe in future years. We've got 2 weeks, though, to go in the regular season. And other coaching searches are starting to ramp up right now. One in particular is Auburn. What is the latest right now with their coaching search?
Yeah, I think there's 4 names to primarily watch for this search. I think it starts with Tulane head coach John Summerall. This is a name that's been mentioned from the start. He has been in the mix the whole way through. And I think right now you could say, might be the early favorite. They're still very much doing their due diligence and talking to multiple candidates. But he is someone who is from the state of Alabama. His wife is an Auburn alumnus. And I've been told that there are, a lot of the high-level high school coaches in the state of Alabama have been advocating to Auburn to hire John Summerall. So he's got some important people, making the pitch for him. But the other ones to keep in mind, you've got interim coach DJ Durkin, who definitely has supporters internally and externally at Auburn. If they are able to beat Alabama in that Iron Bowl, I would keep an eye on there maybe being a push to hire him permanently. And then the other 2 that I would note are Missouri coach Eli Drinkwitz and Vanderbilt coach Clark Lee. I would put them probably in that order potentially right now. Things are shifting and moving around, and I know they're actively talking to different candidates and their representation. So there's still opportunity for guys to move up and down, but those are the ones that I would spotlight right now. And I think Summerall, Drinkwitz, Durkin, those might be the ones that I would put the most emphasis on keeping an eye on at this moment.
The college football coaching chaos just continues. John Talty, always great to see you live here on CBS Sports HQ. With the latest domino to fall, Virginia Tech has their next head coach, James Franklin, headed to Blacksburg. I'm very curious. You're Florida Gators. Do you have a front runner, Jacqueline?
No, it's obviously Lane Kiffin, Jordan. Come on. I'm like, Lane or bust, That's how we're all feeling in Gainesville. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I know LSU is out there and, Lane's quote-unquote having fun. So
quote-unquote having fun. It's just crazy, though, that there are 8 available head coaching vacancies right now.